What was the question?
And shaboop, we are live. Okay, we're here.
Who's to say? Holy shit.
Okay, excellent. The music. Okay.
Music is majestic.
Everybody, welcome. Couple new things. One, we have a new audio, like music site that we're using. So hopefully no Wawa ads every 5 minutes.
Please,
How will I know how many types of snack wraps they have?
That's true. What if I forget about jalapenos as a concept? Well, the funniest thing was because, like, actually at Ren Fair, Darby, we didn't tell you this. At Ren Fair, we stopped at Wawa on the way back, and I fucking went over to Gab, and I was like, "Hey, Gab, you know they got snack wraps here."
Beware.
They did not. They only had ads for their pizza, though. I did not see a single snack wrap advertisement in the actual Wawa. So I think Wawa just has it out for me personally.
They spent their whole snack wrap advertising budget on us specifically.
Yes.
If we really just funnel it into these guys, it's got to come back to us eventually. Sir, we just spent $4.2 million in a 2-hour period.
Gotta learn how to make money off this.
I gotta. Well, it's also like it's kind of like how Tony and I will go back and forth sometimes, where he started this trend by showing me a screen cap that he took where it was like Windows going, how likely are you to recommend Windows OS to another customer? And he said, gotta be honest with you, I'm not just talking about operating systems in casual conversation. Where then for the editing software I use to put the YouTube videos together, it was like, how likely are you to recommend this software to friends or family? I was like, don't really bring it up that much, but I mean, fuck it, it's aight. So
if I were to bring it up, my friends and family would think I was in a multi-level marketing scheme.
No, absolutely, yeah. You see, I'm your boss, but you're your own boss.
Wow.
I still think they should bring back. I want to know what Pleasure Buddy is and what it does. That's a fucking Starstruck Odyssey quote.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay.
I'm surprised they. Never mind. I'm not.
Yes. No, please.
I'm surprised they haven't not
made merch about it.
Yeah, right. Or just like slime, not like actual.
But do you eat it? Do you what do you do with it?
It's a pocket pussy.
I don't. But it's like it's like fucking a sludge.
It's slime.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be a humanoid one.
Well, speaking about pleasure, welcome back to Allatour, I guess is the best transition I would have. God, are we all ready to, so any other things that want to be said? Anything to date the video? Anything in the news?
Well,
No.
Uplifting?
We can't meme on that. Come on.
We cannot.
We're not gonna, but if you're looking for things
so
that are
complicated.
uplifting,
Oh, apparently Will Smith and his and his wife have been separated since 2016.
But I think that was I thought that was public knowledge. Like, I felt like they'd been very public about the fact that they were separated.
Then why did he smack the shit out of Chris Rock?
I don't, because he insulted his wife and people thought that he killed him.
Slapped Chris Rock so hard he died on stage.
No, people were like, oh my god, he killed him. It's like, relax.
It's also a matter of the way that I think about it is these people have so much money and so much influence, they just play by their own rule set. Because imagine going on fucking public TV and assaulting somebody, and then everybody in the room just starts crying. And I'm like, in what circumstance is this a thing that you guys are just able to do?
It's the Hunger Games. Every day we get closer and closer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, someone who was it? Daniel Radford, who was in like Misfits and Magic and Mentopolis, put out a tweet that said, and so when Doja Cat marries Elon Musk, what then? And just that thought hurt. Just the thought of that
marrying Elon Musk.
Yeah, like that being put out into the universe, like, and how close that could, how likely that could happen. That scares me.
Are they like courting now?
No, they're just both incels.
Is Doja Cat an incel?
We don't have time to get into this. She's basically like she took a picture of herself wearing a shirt that had like a known alt-right personality on it. And she was like, no, I didn't.
Well, time to do a bit of Googling there. Doja Cat.
She's slowly working her way into what will probably be Elon's circle. So
what comedian is it?
I don't know.
Oh, who gives a fuck? Who is this random
I don't.
asshole?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't give a fuck. Just the thought of Doja Cat marrying Elon Musk is something very terrifying that I had to speak that out.
Oh, well,
or maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have spoken into the universe because now it's more likely going to happen.
You get a piece of mail tomorrow that says like, will you be the ring bearer for Doja Cat and Elon Musk?
I'll go and I'll set.
I would be. Imagine if you have the ring bearer give you your rings, and the priest goes, "Would anybody like to object to this union?" And then the ring bearer says, "I object."
Me.
I will be swallowing the ring.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
What the fuck? Like you're smuggling it across international lines.
Yeah. That's a great way to object to a wedding. Just the ring bearer swallow the rings.
I think the wedding's canceled if someone does that. Oh lord. Okay, are we ready to play some D&D? I think
Yes.
Moss passed out. Moss, there you go. Hi, Moss.
I think they were eating. Maybe, I don't know.
I got distracted.
You're
I'm back.
More
You
than
look like
okay.
evil Kermit.
Oh, good.
So do we all want to play some D&D then?
Dear it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, and yes. All right. Then how about and this is going to be a super non-serious session. I'm very excited to see what shenanigans you guys get up to. But a deep and cleansing breath, and we can find out if you guys can resolve this conflict. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, then everybody please join me. And we can begin. All right. Everybody, welcome back to Allatour. And a quick summary before we hop back in. You guys were able to, after investigating the Fertile Coast infant impossibility shenanigans there, Hathor, with incredible speed and dexterity, Cass and Tree, just by looting the unconscious body of a stork, were able to find yourselves in the midst of a baby-making operation headed up by one Reginald Spoons. And Reginald was able to reveal to you that after Reginald and his operatives just kind of blinked and woke up, they had such a backlog of kids that they had to get cranking things out right away. They activated these things called the creation clouds, engines that can produce children using the ambient love energy of Allatour, and they have been working overtime, absolutely flooding the Fertile Coast Resort and soon to be the entirety of Allatour with endless children. And we simply can't have that from a food perspective. Now, due to some very smart persuasion, we can call it that, from Hathor and Cass, Reginald was convinced that if you guys are able to go and deal with a sky giant situation, those that can control the creation clouds, well then Reginald's operation could not only move back into the castle, but also the engines could be, I guess, the foot taken off the gas metaphorically, and put an end to this conundrum before everybody and their mothers is having 8 kids at once and no one has time for that. So we hop back to it. You guys all sleep so well on beds literally made of clouds, literally, and you guys are able to take a long rest. And upon awakening, everybody is given a pendant in order to interact with clouds in the same way that these storks do, being able to use them as, like cottony, kind of like pillowy trampolines rather than just sinking through like Cherie almost did. And Reginald is ready to escort you guys to the castle unless you guys have anything else to say beforehand. So now I turn the floor over. The floor is yours.
Mr. Spoons, is there any particular insight that you think would be helpful to speaking with the giants? Anything that they find important? What the vibe is?
What the vibe is? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick insight check with advantage for Reginald, just to see if this was like a close kind of relationship, or see if it was more like it's just my, a coworker from another department, basically. Makes sense?
Yeah.
4 9. Reginald looks to you, Cass, again, and offers you a cigarette if you want one.
I'll take it.
You took the cigarette. You can smoke it up. Yeah. It's just a cigarette. There's nothing. It just is a full, like, material plain cigarette with no additives or no additions. Reginald just quickly says back to you, now, in all honesty, I know that at least the last time that I was there, there were 4 of them. There was a mommy and a daddy, and they had a kid around. I mean, looking at you, looked to be around maybe like 6 or 7, at least like from material plane standards, and the other one was a little baby. But again, they age kind of differently, so they might all be grown-ups, so there might be only one left. I really don't know.
Well, even that is very good to know, so thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Would there be any further questions regarding anything else? Now again, they batten down the hatches, so you might be going in there, and they might not be the friendliest towards you, but the good news is, I don't think they can really chuck lightning or things at you. They might just blow you around with wind a little bit, but besides that, you should be fine.
They've only been unfriendly to you and your associates? Or...
Yeah, the last few weeks, honestly. They started batting at us and trying to get us to go away.
Any reason why?
Give me a quick insight check.
With pleasure.
This music is so epic.
Oh, I know. I should probably hear it. How about this? No ads, baby. Let's go.
9 insight.
You look to Reginald with no inclination one way or the other, and Reginald goes, look, we were working closely with him about, how before we all blinked and we got inundated with a bunch of bullshit, we were working together just fine. It was a symbiotic relationship, basically, and then once we came back, they just could not stand us anymore.
We'll do our best to understand and remedy the situation.
Well, thank you so much in advance. We do appreciate that.
Is it healthy to smoke in an area where children are made?
What an would you believe me if I said it was a magical cigarette?
No.
Cass, you know for a fact that is not true.
This feels it's very material, very normal, very standard.
The magic is very effective.
Let me hold on to that for you, and I'll take it. Be like, alrighty, let's go.
Okay.
Lady Hathor, you did not disprove my point. You just continued to smoke. You're continuing to smoke.
Yeah. Oh my god, were you part of those Fantasy Dare programs that people did back in the day?
What is Dare?
What is
Just say no. There's this whole thing back at I lived in a temple, so we did like public education. There was this whole sweeping movement to be like, before we knew really like how addiction and drugs worked, there's a whole thing of like, just say no, don't do it. And like, obviously that's not how drugs work or addiction works, but it was very corny.
I'm not judging anyone's lifestyle choices. I'm just pointing out the facts as I see it.
She's no longer with our temple, but her name was like Yancey Nagin or something. I don't know.
All right.
Anyways.
Oh, wait, you said Yancey Nagin?
Nagin?
Yeah.
Yancey Nagin Cannon. Yancey Nagin.
Man, guys, the Battle of the Bards is gonna have so many NPCs, you don't even know.
There.
You don't even know.
She was an elf. You know how elves can be.
I
This
don't.
isn't some higgledy-piggledy. Okay. Okay, any other questions about the Sky Giants before you guys get going?
What are their names? Do you know their names?
I'll do a quick history roll to see if Reginald learned their names. That's another 9. Reginald looks to you and goes,
Well, to be honest with you, it was more of like an unspoken relationship kind of business arrangement. I don't think they can speak common necessarily. They might only speak primordial.
Interesting.
But if I had to guess, they're probably named in some way after different cloud formations.
Cass, can you speak primordial?
Yeah, I can.
Hell
I had no
yes.
idea.
Fucked.
How many languages do you know, my guy?
Damn it. I only
Actually,
speak
and
common
because you
celestial
just told me that,
Inferno.
give me a quick history roll with advantage.
Is it gonna be fucking ancient primordial?
I'm letting just give me a history roll.
Where's Pinecone when you need him?
Where's Pinecone? I mean, I can make him, but he does the ancient
He's
syllables.
gonna sing through the clouds and fall to his death.
I got a 12.
You got a 12? Okay. Like, you know words. It's not like
No words.
What's the
You
thing?
know words.
God, not having Tony here really kind of sinks the whole operation because he's supposed to be the translator for these ancient fucking eldritch beings. But yeah, we will. Reginald's like,
Well, that's kind of cool. You can speak that language. We'll see if you can kind of get through a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Hathor stole your. Did you light another cigarette?
I have packs and packs of cigarettes. Yeah.
It is your business. Do as you please. It seems to be working well for you so far.
I don't. With the lack of oxygen up here, I don't think the smoke can even get that far.
Do you
So-
come into contact with children while you are smoking?
No, I'm sitting here on my ass all day, cataloging
Okay,
who's fucking who.
Then do as you wish.
Yeah.
Take us to these sky giants,
Yes,
please.
sir. All
Sir
right.
Spoons.
Can I?
yes.
Can I stub the cigarette out on my hand
Yes.
and then just? I don't want to like throw it away, so I'll just put it in my pocket for trash later.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I just
absolutely.
wanted a canonical way of like not being like, boop, you know.
You look
I
at
just-
Reginald's cloud, and it's just nothing but cigarette butts.
Do they just sing through? It's just raining
yeah.
cigarette butts.
Oh.
It's like how people believe that like balloons would just disintegrate when they got to space, but really they just fucking fall down and cause problems everywhere.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
Reginald goes,
Yes, sir. All right.
he claps and whistles, and then storks come over, about 8 or 9 to each of you, and through a pretty complex yoga positioning, you guys are able to. Oh well, I guess Hawthorne can just fucking fly there. Through the two of you are like under your feet and under your legs. You guys are like sitting on a bunch of storks that just all take flight and begin flying you over to the castle.
As we're heading out to Reginald, I just like give him like a little finger gun and a little. It's not like damage. It's just this like hot pink like spark flows around his head and makes a heart in front of his face and then dissipates, and then I fly away.
Oh, I love it when you're here, and I love it when you leave.
As you head off.
That's not how that saying goes, but you know what? I'll take it.
He's one of the
Fuck the bird.
fucking as you guys are able to begin making your way over to the castle. As you guys are flying over, any conversation to be had between you before we then get to describing the castle itself?
Do we have a game plan, or are we just?
Yeah, that's the question.
The two of you are better conversationalists than I, and Honorable Viscount, you speak primordial?
Yeah, bits and pieces. And I
Then-
think you sell yourself too short. There are times where you are eloquent, if
You're very persuasive when you want to be, Cherie.
Yes, I'm just not certain that that type of persuasion will get us what we want here. So I will follow the lead the two of you set. And if need be, I can be persuasive. But I would like to not be.
okay.
Let's hope they speak common.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, you come to my country, you better know how to speak common.
Okay.
I guess
Oh, what's up?
it might be the same. I assume the same situation as the Leshy, where they really have no idea how much time has
Yeah.
passed, and maybe they just want to go back to the Feywild. Can they?
From the
Would they?
sounds, yeah.
Would they even fit
No,
through any of the portals we've found?
Well, isn't this a portal to the Fey? Are we in like the Feywild right
Oh, are we?
now? Yeah, I mean, usually when you fly up into the air through a cloud, God, its accent is so powerful. Usually when you fly up into the air into a cloud, it doesn't turn out like this. You know, you don't suddenly go 60,000 feet into the air or whatever.
That's fair enough.
Fucking
What is
in the
the-
orbit of the planet.
What is the appeal with Sir Spoon's accent? I want to understand.
It's just very easy to slip into, you know.
There's something about
Hey yo, there's something about it. It's
like
very
a
easy
rich
to slip
deli meat.
into. You know, it's when you don't want to use a lot of words, so you shorten it, and you're like, well, listen, when you're stuck up in the clouds, you know. Anyways,
Well, fascinating. When I don't want to use a lot of words, I just don't.
Noticed.
Eh,
Woman of few words.
Cherie,
So I've been called.
you're never change. I mean, change if you want to, because that's your right, as is every sentient being's right on this planet. But you're a good egg. You're a real good egg.
Does not respond to that.
And with that, you guys are.
I love you, Fred. I'm still working on you, but we'll get there.
And to the castle we ride, I would assume.
Yes.
To the castle.
Yes.
Yes. All right. You guys are able to fly. Again, all these tiered clouds, this massive operation around you. You begin to leave it behind as you get about a mile, 2 miles away from this massive stork operation. And coming at it from below, again, this like massive, wide, white, fluffy cloud with looking up at it, this giant castle perched atop it. As you guys are able to start coming towards it, on the outer wall, you're able to see a great wooden drawbridge having been retracted upward, having been closed off. As a stork sherry that is carrying you kind of turns and goes, "So where are we dropping you exactly?"
Seeing as the gates are closed, I'm assuming at the gates would be easiest.
Yeah, we can take you to the we can take you to one of the bastions. We can take you to we can take you to the main courtyard. It's like we can put you on the walls if you want. Where you want to go?
What would be the most peaceful delivery?
Let's do a pass by of the main grounds to see what's going on there, and then we'll go from there. That makes sense?
Very well.
Okay, no problem. These fucking so many storks. It's like a wriggling, moving chair for both of you as you guys fly. Allatour flying in formation as well. You guys are able to begin to come upon the castle and begin to kind of increase in altitude, spiraling here and there where you need to gain before slowly coming over the walls and looking into the main courtyard. And kind of before anything else, like this castle that has to be described in greater detail, I just want to kind of preface everything before we get there. Just to be clear, this is a castle for giants the size of buildings, and so like we'll play around with the size gap like a little bit more later. But I just want to preface by saying that everything I'm going to describe, imagine like you're like, if we want to think of like a regular castle, you're the size of like an ant or like a small mouse, and that's how giant this all would be. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys kind of begin to look upon it, and it really just kind of, to put it in perspective, you know those like massive stone slabs that work as like road markers, like on like certain back roads. Like it's like we're not destroying it, we're not moving it. It's just like a thing that like people kind of base like different like traveling like trails off of. Those are used to construct the walls. It's not like brick masonry. It's these like giant shards of stone that have been packed so tightly. It's like this would have taken insane strength or insane magic to move. And as you kind of come out, you're being dwarfed by this architecture. Absolutely. So this castle has an art style that's unique, but not akin to reality. You guys remember, the LaCroix Manors. They're like spread out collection of mansions. Or the Pavel Estates. It's like a smooth, elegant, spiraling castle. Or, Basset Palace, an underground series of caves and tunnels. This looks like a default castle, a storybook castle, really. It's circular in nature, a circular wall around it, with 4 cylindrical bastions, like these defensive towers, emerging from the 4 compass points on the walls, like north, south, east, west. The walls are like, again, these thick gray stones, with these like guardrails atop them being like a stationary wave of bricks emerging upward and descending. The bastion themselves, like pointed cone roofs with flagpoles emerging out of the top. However, at this moment, no flags seem to be flying. The main grounds within the walls, as you kind of come up over the walls, kind of like looking down, the main grounds within the walls are unique because grass and vegetation doesn't like grow here. Rather, there's a trail of the same thick gray stone that's used to build the walls, leading from where like the drawbridge entrance is, leading to the main castle gates, probably leading to like some kind of great hall like entrance space. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Those doors being closed, by the way. And the grass like off of this stone path is just more like fluffy cotton-like clouds. Any immediately like observations there, like any questions about that architecture?
Are there like gaps in the stones that maybe like a person could fit in, or are they all like kind of cemented together?
What a fucking like in the walls of the castle themselves. Or you mean okay, got it. Everyone give me a quick, I'm gonna say a perception check or a stealth check.
Let's see. Not even necessarily just like exits, even just like nooks and crannies.
Okay, got it.
Let's see, what is perception?
Moss looks sad.
All of us perception or just cast?
Oh no, everybody. It's perception or stealth.
I got 21 perception.
21?
I got a 3.
3. You got you're muted. Oh, if only we could hear your. You can't hear a word. Use your fingers. What do you got? There you go. There you go.
We hear you.
Oh
we hear
no.
You. Oh.
We can hear you now.
Oh, we hear you now.
Can you hear us?
You can?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, now
you're
you
good.
hear.
Right? Oh, okay, I just had to go into OBS and be like, wake up!
Yes, there you go.
Wake up.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got total, it's 7.
What'd you roll?
But without the +6, it's a 1.
It's a 1. Hawthor, you get that 1 and you notice something.
I'm doing hot girl shit.
You actually notice something different, which I'll get to in 1 second, okay?
Oh no.
Sherry and Cass, you are both able to look to both the walls of like the internal castle themselves, as well as the walls surrounding them, and you're able to see one small little indents like within the actual mortar that to imagine, okay, to a giant would be imperceptible. To you guys, it's like a full, like, 50-foot cave, basically. Just like, not like shoddy construction, just more like a weathering of time and age and elements that just allow these, like, kind of like nooks. And Sherry, with a roll that high, you're able to notice that some of the windows, although they look like they have been like shuttered and boarded, seem to have like little glass cracks in them, like at the corners, like where it's actually like sealed into the stone, with like little like mirror cracks that are just big enough for you guys to squeeze through. Make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Like
Hawthor.
ants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Hathor, you notice you got a nat 1 because you're not looking at the walls right now. I think you're and call me crazy. Is Hathor a naturally curious person?
Oh, yes.
Then I feel like Hathor, like as the storks are kind of like taking a quick view of everything from above.
And on your left, you will see a giant fucking castle.
Hathor, you kind of descend down a bit more because you notice that there are actually things in this, like, you know, the main grounds within the walls, that it isn't just plain white cloud. Would you want to take a look at that?
Wait, would I be
You're still
splitting
flying.
myself? Would I still be splitting myself off from the party?
Just a tad, yes.
Okay.
I mean, you did-
Let's
you
do it.
You did it last week. What's one more?
I mean, that last week it was okay. And it ended up being okay.
Then in that case, please give me a stealth check with advantage.
Okay. Hey, 16.
16?
I
Okay.
rolled 2 12s.
And then also give me a perception check.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
For a 26.
Let's go.
First roll. Okay. Got it. No problem. And then I need to make a stealth roll myself.
Uh-oh.
You got beat at 26.
Impossible. Hathor, as you slowly begin descending down, and especially because that perception check was so high, Sherry and Cass, you guys descending down as well. Behind Hathor kind of like being like an advanced guard of this, essentially. You're able to look over and you're able to see these like massive arched windows that look out into the main grounds. This is not, to what your guys' size it would be, this is not like a major like installment of any kind of like military position. This just seems like a very like almost like an Irish or like English version of like very small-esque castle, like not extremely large, not extremely elegant. It's not gonna be like an impossible labyrinth for you guys to get through at your size.
Romanesque. Would you say it's Romanesque? With
Romanesque
small
is a
windows
very-
and thick
very-
columns.
Very good description. And you're able to look, as you're descending down, you're able to see a lot of different things down on the main ground as well. And I'm going to say that everybody here is able to clock this. But you see one unique thing, which I'm going to get back to in a quick second, okay? Okay. So, as you, are we going towards the main, also, no people in the main grounds right now. Seems like barren here. If you guys want to go to the Bastion, climb down. If you guys want to go to the main grounds immediately, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
Are the main grounds like the entrance?
That's the main entrance, yeah.
I think there.
Yeah.
Okay. Main grounds, and Hathor, I'd imagine main grounds as well. Okay, perfect. So then you're all able to see... You're able to see the following things in the main grounds. But Hathor, you see one special thing, which I'm going to get to in a second. One... out in the corner, kind of tucked away, built basically like out of the castle walls, you're able to see a stone slab workbench. Again, humongous, size of a fucking football field, giant to you guys, with this massive, almost like pocket storm cloud with lightning strikes kind of like arcing out of it, like it's an uncontrolled energy. And you're able to notice that around this storm cloud, every single section of stone below this storm cloud, the wall behind it, to its left and its right, just singed black, basically. If you want to give me an investigation check, you certainly can.
Fey, Fiend, Undead?
No, actually not in this case.
Okay. 15 investigation.
15? 2. Okay. And Hathor, what'd you get?
15.
15. Shuri and Hathor, I think this is very unique for the both of you. You both have been around craftsmen for a long time. growing up as well. I don't think Cass really experienced crap like being a like. How much have you really paid attention to the other working class? Let's be very honest here.
Very little.
You guys are able to watch the storm cloud with one of its lightning arcs is able to and strike a section of the wall which is not currently like singed and blackened by its strikes, and it immediately hits it and turns it black. Like a mass explosion, like a lightning crack coming down and like striking a tree essentially. And you guys are able to notice that like because there's like such a shading of the stone around it, this thing has to have been sitting here for a significant amount of time in order for it to basically like pave over every single section of stone around it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like several hundred years amount of time.
You both got 15s. I can't tell you that. You can't determine like how long because you don't know the intervals of the strikes. Basically, make sense.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing you're able to see, it is a table knocked over closer to the main entrance to the Great Hall, and you're able to notice a stone reclined like imagine like one of those like Roman lounging chairs but made out of stone blocks, and you're able to notice that there's like this odd thin cloud like resting over it, and it almost like falls like cloth in a way. It's made of like and it's also like pink and orange like morning clouds basically. You're also able to see on these on the cottony ground, not on the main stone path in the main grounds, you're able to see yellow and red clouds seemingly shaped into different forms, that of crude birds and like humanoid forms similar to snowmen. Okay. And finally to Sherry and Cass. It's already been mentioned that there is no natural occurring plant life here. You know, grass and trees and flowers, you know, they couldn't get their hands on that. Which is why it's so incredibly strange that off to the side of the stone path, you know, the main path leading to the main gates, to the left side, almost like growing onto it as if like significant time has passed, you guys are able to notice, well, it almost looks like when a flower bulb begins to sprout, like where leaves and like a shaft begins like emerging out of the bulb. You're able to see the slightest hint of green about halfway down this like main stone path, peeking out, kind of like growing onto it. And it almost looks like, and actually give me a quick investigation check.
Would it be nature?
Or nature check, yeah. That also works.
Fey, fiend, undead?
No.
Okay.
4.
Hot rolls.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20 investigation.
Investigation, Hathor, what'd you get?
6.
A 6. Sherry, I think you know this being the strongest in the group. You're able to look and you're able to see that the stone that this like plant life is growing onto, it's cocked away from its masonry. So it's almost like, imagine a brick being slightly out of line with a wall. This stone is like at an angle, as if whatever this greenery was didn't just start growing onto this path, but forcefully shoved up into this brick with such strength it cocked it out of position.
Interesting.
Okay, excellent. And Hathor, you're able to see one more thing before I shut the fuck up. With such an incredibly high perception check and an incredible stealth roll, this creature...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and an incredible stealth roll. I failed my perception check against you, and I also failed my stealth roll against you. As you are flying around, a bit lower than the rest of your party, imagine how small you must be compared to this architecture, like the size of, you know, like a mosquito flying around. You are able to watch, and behind these giant arching windows with these, like, again, curtains drawn. You can't just see clearly into the castle. What you are able to see is, it's almost like a waterfall changing direction as one of these massive curtains opens just so slightly. And you're able to see like this massive icy blue eye, like almost like they're trying to hide, like peeking outside, and you're able to see them staring out to all of you, but having not seen any of you.
Oh.
And with that,
Can I
yes, what's up?
make an insight check on that eyeball?
Actually, yeah. And you can give it to actually insight or perception with advantage. I'll allow that, yes.
Insight or
perception. Yeah, both with advantage, yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You're able to look.
I used it on my big dice.
Hathor, you grew up in Kipyup. The amount of times that you've had to like take care of people exactly like this is dozens, if not hundreds of times. You're able to look at this window and like this massive, like icy blue eye staring out as it's darting all around. You are able to recognize, a massive form that's got to be at least like 50, 60 feet tall, insane dimensions, but you were able to recognize with the excitement in the eye a childlike curiosity.
Incredible.
And with that, after that huge description, all of that stuff, what do you guys want to do?
Are we still flying or have we landed?
If you would like to have landed by now, I will allow that. If you want to get dropped off at any specific location, you can certainly do that as well.
I think I point out the like cracks in the windows to the Honorable Viscount, and I turn to like point it out to Hathor and see she's not there. I'm like, and see it seems like a humanoid could fit through there, and where she's gone.
Oh shit.
Hello.
Where did you go?
Oh, I just did some looking around. Definitely children here.
Oh.
Good.
See
to
that
know.
window over there?
Yes.
They peered out. Didn't see us though.
Would it good to know, would it be safe for us to land among the main courtyard, or should we engage with this curious child?
I find that children are not particularly reasonable. What is our thought on trying to reason with a child that could easily smush us?
Yes, children have a hard time being gentle, no fault of their own. But also, if we are trying to appeal to the people who hold power here,
That's true.
perhaps it is best for us to meet them first instead of engaging their children.
Not a bad idea.
Plus, they are air giants. I presume the worst they could do is blow us out of the sky. I don't believe they could crush us, but wonders never cease.
Yep.
Well, wonders never cease.
I'll lean down to the stork that's flying me. You may drop us in the main grounds. We'll figure it out from there.
I'm eating a Cliff Bar.
It's okay.
Get some Drew fuel.
I'm sorry, I'm snacking.
No, you're good.
Fuel.
These dorks are able to drop you down. Would you want to go? Okay, no problem. They drop you halfway in between the main gates leading into the castle and the like flower bulb behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now this is gonna be like a fucking several 100-yard walk for you because of like how much. Because again, massive. I'm dying. Massive,
Nice.
massive. And you guys are dropped down, and the storks go,
Okay, you good here?
This is suitable. Yes.
Okay, I'm
thank
getting
you.
the fuck
Is
out of
there-
here.
Is there a doorbell or a ringer or a knob?
No.
Some way we can announce our presence?
points up to the door, and you see a door knocker the size of several small houses. So there is one, but it's like, again, huge and huge and huge.
And goes, yeah, you got one right up there. You might need to get on your tippy toes, though. I don't really know if you're gonna be able to.
Perhaps as you leave, maybe give a shout. Since they're not fond of your presence, perhaps they'll come out quicker if they think you're here.
Sure. Yeah. It's your funeral. No problem. Okay.
And anything else to request of these storks?
Anyone have thaumaturgy?
I didn't pick
Do-
that spell.
Mage
Hang
Hand
on,
can
let me
lift
see.
10 pounds, do we think? The knocker might be 10 or below.
Hold on.
It's just hollow on the inside. It's fine.
Ugh. It's made of foam.
Those 10
I
pound
have the
houses.
spell silence.
What if we all, take our palms and slap them against the door at once? And see what happens. Maybe they've got some sort of magical sensor. Maybe they've got whatever it's fucking called. They've got a ring.
Yeah.
You'll be like, there's someone at your door.
You mean a ring doorbell?
Yeah.
I thought you meant this. I thought you meant the ranger thing where it can detect creatures that walk over a rune. No, you mean a real life ring doorbell.
Fancy ring doorbell.
Bing, bing,
Hey, Yancey naked exists in this world. Anything
and so
is
do
possible.
ring doorbells. Exactly.
And clumping.
The storks shoot you guys a quick peace sign and go, your funeral, best of luck. They fly up, about 16, 24 of them. They fly up to where the knocker is, and I'll make a performance check real quick. I'll give a quick perception to that. Does not have to be that high. Perfect. As they all just go in unison, and just begin bird calling as loud as they can directly into the door. To which you guys are then able to hear. Massive ground-shaking footsteps towards the doorway.
I would like to fly up
Bye.
on my broom.
What?
Not away from the party, but I'd like to be 30 feet up from where the party is.
Okay, you want to be 30 feet up? That is nothing. That's like an ant.
Yeah, I
and
know,
a
I know.
slightly taller ant.
Yeah, I know.
With as you guys, you hear those massive footsteps again. Everybody here, give me a perception check real quick. As the footsteps grow closer to you, but then you were able to feel them, and they become softer as well. 22?
8.
Is
8?
I have not rolled
cats.
above 10 this whole
They'll
time.
get there.
It's gonna pop
There's still
off.
hope. There's still time.
You got it.
14.
14. Cherie and Hawthor, as these footsteps get quieter again, they move towards you and they move away from you. You guys realize that this is gonna sound kind of weird. This is the thing. I'm a golfer, and sometimes when you hit a golf ball wrong with your club, the shock of just the shock going through the metal will hurt your bones because the reverberation.
I think you've made this analogy to us before.
I think
not
I
in
have,
this,
yeah.
Not in
You-
this campaign. I think in Palm of the Fist, but yes.
Probably. You guys are able to recognize that, something that is causing these, basically to your size, seismic events should be hurting you a lot more. And it's not. And you guys would have to imagine that these footsteps are not kind of landing. Okay, there are two possibilities. One, either this creature is much smaller, like, you know, lesser developed than the others that could be here, or they're trying to intentionally move quietly, like they're tiptoeing around. And you guys are able to detect it because, like, this massive fucking creature, even though they're trying, it's like that huge shock, even though, like, you know, you can't tiptoe around an anthill. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are able to hear, like, shattering in your ears, the sound of ding, 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 and you're able to hear a very loud tapping on glass.
Oh. Can I go to a window and look, or?
You're able to fly your way over to the window that you saw the eye peeking through before. And as you fly up, again, the size cannot be overstated here. And, like, imagining like our perspective is behind Allatour as she flies up to one of these panes of glass. You see fingers that could be described as like a 4 or 5 story tall building move the curtain out of the way, and you are at the center of a massive icy blue pupil, and you see nothing else of this form.
We would like to talk.
Like, give me 1 second just to pull up the information here. Because you can't.
Can I make some pretty sparks fly?
You give me a quick performance check. Absolutely.
My
And
dice.
the storks have flown away,
The stars
right?
are gone.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
a
yeah.
cartoon dust cloud where they once were because they are fucking
Okay, good.
terrified.
Yeah.
They're 13.
A 13. Still beautiful and wonderful sparks. You're able to see the eye disappear from this pane of glass, and you're able to see a massive, like bluish grayish tinted, like, hand point over to, like, the left. Like, so, like, you're at the edge of the window right now on the right side. Point to the left, like, over to the side, essentially.
I look.
As you look over, you are able to notice that there is, similar to what Sherry saw, there is a small crack in the corner of a window that'd be about the size of a doorway for all 3 of you.
Can I be like, is the eye still looking at me?
Yeah, the eye then comes back into view.
One moment, and then I will fly down. I will be like, okay, we've got a way through. Come on, hop on the room.
Can you fit all 3 of us?
I probably best to do it one at a time.
Yes, so we're making a rule. You can only carry 1 person at a time on your broom. Sorry, one passenger on your broom. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that the fuck. Now, if it's cooler to not do that and ignore that, but I'm just saying, like, right now, just for convenience of travel, that is a rule.
I think if Hathor wants to try to get more than 1 person extra on the broom, she has to make, like, a strength saving throw.
100%. And also, like, the broom will just lose altitude. Like, you can use it. It can be like a slow descent, basically. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
But then someone's gonna have to fucking hang on to it like it's a goddamn American Ninja Warrior trial.
I can hang on if you would like to sit on the Viscount.
No. We can do this one at a time. It's fine. I'd rather not put us in undue danger. Who would like to hop on first? There is a cloud giant up there, but they seem pretty friendly. Just so you know.
I'll go first, but if you push me off again, you're dead to me.
Listen, I was gonna make a joke about how if I push you off, you'd be dead already, but you know, it's fine.
You can be dead to a dead person.
Yeah. Anyways, come on.
Yeah. Alrighty. Nice.
I fly up. I will drop Cass off at the little crack in the window and say, wait for me, I'll be right back. Also, this is our cloud giant right here.
Oh.
They're no longer in the window.
Oh, okay. And then I will go down and I will offer a seat to Cherie and say, "Milady."
I am not a lady, but thank you.
And whoop, we go up. And I drop her off. And then I holster my broom and I say, through this little crack.
Thank you, Lady Hathor.
Perfect.
I'm not a lady either.
You guys,
What title would you prefer then?
Oh, Hathor.
There you go.
Hathor. Hathor.
Heather.
You know what I meant, anyways.
Very well.
do you guys all enter into this crack of the window?
Yeah.
Yes.
As you guys are able to press your backs up against, because again, just the slightest little crack through the weathering of time, press your back up against a stone and begin sliding your way through. And you're able to notice, like, this glass is so large, like, with the clean cut edge, you're able to notice, like, individual shards of glass. Like, that would make a clean cut edge to, like, normal size. Because you're so small, you're able to notice these, like, finer details. You could only imagine the kind of damage that would occur if you were to, like, rub yourself up against it with, like, so many, like, small little slivers against you. With, like, 2 feet of clearance, able to make your way through. And as you make your way through, there's just the slightest little edge that you guys are able to perch yourselves on. And when I mean the slightest little edge, I mean for giant size, because for you it's like a full balcony before you. As you're able to step out,
Excellent.
you're able to see this massive cloud giant look over to all of you, and you're all able to clock a couple things about it automatically. Number one, well, first and foremost, the gap from the bottom of the windowsill to basically the floor is probably like 40 feet. Just a fucking huge drop for you guys. And the cloud giant that you're looking at right now, only about 60 feet tall, 60, 70 feet tall. Clearly very young. And you're able to notice that this is... Actually, everybody here, give me a nature check. Let's see if you guys know about clouds.
A Fiend Undead?
No.
Cloud knowledge.
Cloud knowledge.
Knowledge. Nature, you said?
19!
Yeah, let's
Yay! I know about clouds.
Wait.
16.
go. 16?
Nature, you said?
Yep.
Not 20.
Oh, Jesus. I will say, just like, you're all able to know this. Automatically, Sherry, I'll give you a little bit more for a nat 20. But Cass, let's be honest. As we said before, how much did you retain from leatherworking class? Probably not a lot. How much time did you spend out in the fields, lounging and drinking wine and looking at the clouds? Probably a very large amount.
Yes.
And so you're all able to notice this, like, younger cloud giant is made up of... Let me just make sure I get this totally correct. Is made up of cumulus clouds. These kind of like tall, like puffy, like almost like pillowy like clouds. You're able to see like shaved sides of the head with like a strip, like a taller, almost like vertical, I guess it's like what are those like vertical hairstyles that kind of grow upward of just like
a faux hawk.
Yeah, faux hawk of like cumulus clouds. You're able to see a... Bless you. You're able to see a cloak off of their back made of like cumulus clouds. This is clearly and the dress that you guys have seen here, Sherry, I'll say with this, you remember kind of like as the youngest LaCroix were kind of like growing up, this is kind of how like young lords dress with like, very, like, able to see huge boots, like pants tucked in, a very simple shirt with his cloak around it. It's like, oh, this is like dressed like a young noble kid, kind of like when you see like a very like a baby in like one of those like baby suits, and it's like, that's not wedding ready, but you look good, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And you guys are then and you're also able to see Sherry with a nat 20. So Cass, you're able to clock that. Sherry, you're able to see that this cloud giant again begins like reverberations, begins to and begins to tiptoe over to you guys.
Over to us?
Yes, over to you guys. And this massive figure then stands before you.
I drop to one knee and I signal to the others to kneel / bow.
There's just waves.
I think about it and I'm like, I don't really want to. So I'm gonna stand there.
Their nobility, bow or
So
kneel.
am I.
I don't understand nobility. He's a child.
I huff, but I'd kneel.
You
I'll
know?
do a curtsy.
Okay, curtsy. The
Now it's more for you than for him.
this young lord looks to you and goes, and like opens his mouth to speak, and no comment comes out. You'd have to imagine like ancient air genasi primordial, and Cass. You're able to make out, if you want to keep making history checks, you can. You're able to make out one word, which is greetings.
I say back in best primordial I know. Greetings, parents. Oh.
Ooh. And you watch as this young sky giant lord cups a hand on the ledge, like at the edge of where you guys are standing, and with the other hand begins reaching it behind you guys to pull you guys onto his hand.
I struggle to find the word for a second, but I go, gentle.
Any other reactions to that motion?
Can I just fly up and do a little swirl?
Yes, you are. As you fly up, his hands moving like almost like in slow motion towards you, towards the rest of your party. As you kind of fly up around his head, he goes, like just to like kind of keep you low, like towards him, basically.
I'm kneeling and my head is on the ground, and so I'm not looking at what's happening in the
I'm like, Cherie, we're going somewhere.
I just look up and all of a sudden I'm on a cloud. Oh.
You got actually, I'm making a quick roll for gentleness for this kid.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Don't worry, I have healing.
Okay, that is an 11. You guys are totally cool. As is very gently is able to, because again, massive skin, but like kind of like an aura of wind around him as he is able to and brush you guys over into his hand, and then taking you guys into his hand, Cherie and Cass, the world goes dark as he takes his other hand and covers you guys. And so just for this scene, like Cass and Cherie, pitch black, can't see a goddamn thing.
Oh.
What do I have? What do I fucking have on me?
What are we gonna see? We're in his hands.
That's true. Do
you guys have dark vision?
Spell?
Do I have dark vision? I do have dark vision.
Oh, perfect.
But it's pitch black, so
yes.
And like you said, we're in a hand.
I was like, you guys are able to find each other and like grab onto each other's like armor and straps, like stay connected. But Cherie, you're able to see so very small, not enough to like get through. You're able to see like a vision port like between his fingers, like as cupped in there. If you want to move towards that.
I'll gently nudge the Honorable Viscount in front of me, and I'll stand behind him.
What was there?
A gap between the fingers.
Between his fingers, there's
through.
no like
okay.
vision.
Yeah. I'm like,
Can I land on his shoulder and like sit like here, and then if I need to hide, I can hide within his cloak or something?
You may absolutely do that. That is adorable. Now, and then as this young lord begins to kind of like turn to move, can I get everybody here to give me a perception check, Hawthor, with advantage?
Just
Why
straight
do I
for
have
us.
advantage? Oh yeah, because I'm not in a hand.
Oh, yeah, Darby, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Ooh, baby!
16.
25! Sorry.
25
Is that
and...
natural one.
Not
We're
one.
Hey.
so back.
We're so back.
We're so back.
16.
Cass, honestly, does Cass get motion sick?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
You don't feel that great as like, because again, this is vertical movement and horizontal movement, and you can't really see, and it's like you're looking through a window.
I can't look down or I'll fall up.
Yeah. I'm like, Cherie, I need to keep my eyes closed. I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna
That's-
puke on you. I will puke on you.
Keep your eyes closed, Honorable Viscount. I will look out.
Okay, thank you.
Hathor and Cherie, Hathor kind of like tucked in the Lord's cloak, Cherie looking out of this little gap, you guys are able to look to the Great Hall itself. Just for a moment before this Lord turns and begins to run deeper into the castle, you guys are able to look to the main entrance, and you're able to look to the window that you just came in. That you just came in through, and you're now able to see like what it looks like from the inside looking out. And Cherie, I'll say you get a glimpse at the window, and Hathor, I'll say you get a glance at the door. Cherie, you're able to notice that far above the crack that you guys were able to slip in, you're able to see a bar, like an iron bar, going across the window, horizontally, and then maybe one pane of glass up, another bar, and then one pane of glass up, another bar, and then one pane of glass up, another bar, and then you're able to look to the section which you came in through, and you're able to see a vertical bar of iron, a vertical bar of iron, a vertical bar of iron, and you realize that these windows have been barred shut. And Hathor, with a great perception roll on the main door, you're able to notice that a large wooden slat has come down to block the doors from being opened from the inside. But in addition to that, you're able to notice a great table, a great dining table, and chairs and furniture pushed up against the doors themselves, as if to further barricade it along with what is already there.
Whoa.
And can both of you please give me insight checks?
Me and Hathor?
Absolutely, yep.
Insight?
I have my eyes closed.
Right. You do not perceive.
I do not perceive.
7.
7.
19.
19. Hathor, this is fucking built for you. Hathor, this is not the act. Well, you have to imagine, like, okay, two options here. One, a war between sky giants where someone was trying to break into this house. That wouldn't be great, and I think you'd probably already see signs of battle and struggle here. The alternative would be that whoever is in this house and whoever's calling the shots is scared of something getting in, but you're not sure why. Then Cass, it doesn't get any easier as this giant kid begins running with you two in his hands, with Hathor.
Ooh.
They just get like shook around in there.
Yeah, like there are clouds. It's
Like a couple of dice.
You're
like
in
a
a
couple
dice
of dice,
bag.
indeed. As you guys begin to be taken deeper and deeper into the castle, Hathor kind of peeking from the outside. I'll say that Cherie, like kind of like peeking through. Cass, you kind of, your body knows what's going on. You guys are able to feel as this tiny lord, this tiny massive lord, turns a corner, looks either way, like on the lookout for something, and then you're able to feel him and begin ascending upstairs to a higher section of the castle. As you are then able to hear the massive sound of, like, again, just piercing sound of wood as the largest wooden door you've ever seen begins to be gently pushed by his elbow.
Is it made of like massive planks of wood,
Yeah.
or is it made of tree-sized,
No, it's like, massive planks of wood.
like from massive trees?
Yeah.
Whoa. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
And as this big kid kind of like peers in, Cherie, Cass, and Hathor all give me insight checks.
Here we go.
Come on, Cass, I'm
wait.
rooting for you.
Let's go.
19.
Come on, Cass.
8.
You're saving up for
Roll
the Pinot
again.
battle. You're saving
Saving
up for
Roll
it.
again. I got a 10. I rolled a 4.
10, roll a 10. Cherry?
19.
19. And then actually, Cass, I will give you advantage on this. We should fucking have a coin system just for
Cass.
Just for backups.
Cass perpetually rolls worse than any of my other characters.
Which is wild
It's
concerning
just his
the pompous
vibes.
nature of him, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fitting in a way.
Okay, yeah, roll the
Dice
damage.
tell a story.
15!
15, okay.
Yay.
Kind of, it's essentially like, Sherry, you're holding on to like the small little like fingerprint slits in this kid's finger, and Cass, you're able to climb up on Sherry's back to kind of look through. You're all able to recognize this as this kid begins kind of like pushing into this room. You're all able to see one bed on one side of the room and another bed on the other side of the room. And you guys notice that like the slow way this kid is entering in, this kid is not the only occupant within here, as presumably somebody else lives in this room as well. And with the slow nature he is entering in, he's making sure that nobody else is inside of the room. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking around, seeing that nobody's inside, quickly rushes inside of the room and closes the door, stopping it right before it hits the latch, and then slowly closing it to not make a sound. To him. To you, it's deafening no matter what he does. It goes deafening, less deafening. And then quickly you guys feel as he turns away once more and then goes over to presumably what would be his side of the room. And I won't make you guys roll for any of this. You guys are able to see stone slab, a bed of these cumulus, basically a mattress made of cumulus clouds as well. And you're able to see like toys scattered on the bed and around the bed as well. You have like an open chest, half empty, no organization, and you see that they're made of like wood and stone and these like, again, all life-size to you. They'd be like ginormous, like giant elephants and trolls and golems, like small little figurines to play with. You to put it in comparison, like action figure, and you guys are like Warhammer minis. Like, so these things are fucking huge to you guys. As he quickly runs you guys into the room, and you're able to feel, and you, Sherry and Cass, you guys both, like, gravity stops affecting you for a second, as you can feel his hands rapidly shift down, and then come to a stop. He's very soft, he's made of clouds. You guys then kind of like hit the ground on his hands. As Hawthorne, you watch as this kid kneels right next to his bed and very ever so gently turns his hands and lets Cass and Sherry out onto the floor of this massive room. You are muted. You gotta check OBS. Gotta wake it up.
Can I just give him like a big thumbs up? Like,
absolutely you can. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. As he goes.
I want to snap my fingers and make a little heart appear with my magic.
I mean, give me a persuasion roll. Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Can I roll again?
No, under no circumstance.
I don't wanna do this anymore. I don't wanna play.
I don't want to play D&D.
I don't like this game.
I'll stop. You got a 1?
Yeah.
Okay. As you roll that 1, I need you to roll a D4 for me.
Oh no. Mamma mia.
What?
You got a 1? Okay, excellent. Luckily, your fire, like they're trying to trace in the air, just and like a firework explodes in the sky and does not light anything in this kid's room on fire that can be lit on fire.
Oh.
You're all good there. That one's gonna have an effect. You rolled real lucky on that one. With that, Cass, you can hear like 1-word sentences from this kid. Give me another history check with advantage.
I give you guidance.
Thank you.
Add a fucking D4 to that.
22.
You beat a 20. I'm so fucking proud of you.
I thought you said 42 for a hot sec. I was like,
42.
how?
It's like
The guidance, I rolled a 4 on the
damn.
guidance. Thank you very much for that.
It's It's like how Brennan rolled like a 59.
59, yeah.
What?
He rolled.
Not in D&D, in Kids on Bikes.
It's additive, yeah. So he rolled 2 20s and a 19.
Holy shit.
Here, 1 second. There we go. Cass, thank God you rolled above a 20, because that means that, like, it's coming back to you. All of this research that you have done, just kind of like into like these like all these, whether it's of Fae and whether it's of the Shadowfell, whether it is of just stories of just legends and lore, you are able to remember, and like this like ancient primordial. And as it's kind of coming together in your head, the way that you're able to translate this to yourself is, do you know like the old Gothic font that very old fairy tales are written in?
Yeah.
You're able to see as this kid goes, like this massive wind kind of comes out of his mouth. You're able to hear that, and almost like into the center of your mind, you're able to see it blow and form into almost like wispy wind versions of letters in old Gothic font, and you are able to understand what this kid is able to say.
Yeah.
And so a couple things, and you can, and I'll say this, you can also, because you can speak it back to him as well if you want to have a full conversation with this kid.
Oh, excellent.
That sound good?
Yes.
As this kid goes, sees the little firework go off and goes, "No, you gotta be like super quiet, stop."
Why must we be quiet?
Oh, my mom and dad are gonna be so mad if they find out I brought you in here.
Oh. Well, see,
so cute.
Well, see, I am the.
You can speak.
Ooh.
You're not a stork. What?
Oh, I've done some research in my day into older languages, so I can converse with you. I am the. I am the Honorable Viscount Cassiano Alwyn Pavel. What might we call you?
Oh, you're a Viscount?
That's correct.
What?
An
What is
honorable
that?
one. Oh, it's like the son of a nobleman.
God, that's what I am. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Okay,
And he kind of like backs up and he gives like a huge bow that like hurricane winds fucking hits you as the air shifts. As he goes, like looks around and he goes,
my name is Lord Mulus.
Lord Mulus. It is a pleasure and an honor to meet you, Lord Mulus.
How do you spell that?
M-U-L-U-S. It's like, Mulus.
M-U-L-U-S. That was close. Well, see.
He's so cute.
He is very cute.
Very cute.
Well, see, Lord Mulus, we were actually hoping that we might request an audience with your parents regarding just some logistics of the creation wheel? Question mark?
Clouds. Creation clouds.
Creation clouds.
I
Creation
don't.
clouds.
Also, why are you talking so fancy? He's a child.
Well,
You don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah. It's just whistling Dixie. Fucking nobody understands any of this.
Just spittle everywhere. Just spitting.
Oh.
But that's actually a good point. Can we please talk to your mommy and daddy?
Oh no.
No?
No. So, like, this is what I know. You guys aren't storks, but I don't think they like they don't like anything outside the family, no.
Do you know why?
Make a quick history check for this child. Doesn't have great stats for it, but I'll roll. That's 12. He goes,
They told me that we're the last
I was gonna say The Last of Us. Fucking,
we are really important because we're the last of us, and we can't. I fucking know. I can't. I couldn't say it any other way. Joel. Okay, fucking. We're the last of what we are, and we need to be super careful about who we talk to.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Well, we are... All that we want is to get out of your hair as soon as we just have a quick little chat.
Get out of your clouds.
Get out of your clouds. As soon as we just have a quick little chat about the business that the storks do and all, just because there's been a little bit of a snafu that we're trying to solve, and we don't have any poor intentions. We actually really need their help.
That's what I said about the guy, the last guy that was here that looked like you, and they still got real mad. They pulled us right inside. Yeah.
What happened to that guy?
Okay, so and he kind of like, I'm actually gonna make a quick roll just to see like if anybody is coming down the pipeline here. There's a 2, you're all good. We got some time to kill. This kid goes, yeah, so I think like a couple of weeks ago we were, and again, time is weird here, and so, but I'm not gonna fucking get into that because it's gonna be way too complicated. So like this kid has presumably been a kid for a while because these things grow up like in different, yeah, just fucking trust me here. Just because it's gonna be way too complicated.
Trust you.
Yeah, so like a couple like weeks ago, what happened was we were playing outside, and me and my brother, we were making like our little creations, and Dad was working on his workbench, and Mom was like just lounging around watching after us, and then like the ground shook a little bit, and we were like, that's kind of weird, and so I ran over to, and I was super sneaky, and my mom didn't see me, and my dad didn't see me. And I ran over, and there was a little guy. He was just like you guys, and he came up on that green stuff. The green stuff popped up onto they came up onto the stones, and like he looked really cool. He had and that was like super strange. But he had like a super cool hat on, and like he just looked like kind of awesome. And I didn't know what he was saying because he was saying something to me. And so I went and grabbed my mom, and I showed her the little guy, and then she grabbed me up by the arms and just yanked me back inside of the house. And my dad came over and blew this fucking huge, I shouldn't say that word, blew this huge cloud and like blew him back down like the little like the little green thing.
Oh.
Well,
Jack and the Beanstalk kind of thing.
I can say as well, in case it might make your parents feel just a little bit better, I hold up the like pendant stone I have from the storks, and I'm like, we actually met with a Mr.
So small.
Reginald.
Yeah.
It's very little. We met with a Mr. Reginald Spoons, who I believe is an acquaintance of your parents, and him and his people gave us these tokens so that we could have passage up here to come see you guys. And they wouldn't have given it to us if we had poor intentions. We came here through the right channels.
Oh, okay. So I can take you guys to, if you, okay, because I've heard them say the name Reginald Spoons like super loud, and so they must be like really excited about that name or something.
Oh, I bet. Maybe. That's interesting that you say that, Mulus.
Well, okay, how about this? Why don't I sneak, because I offered the last little guy, I offered him like some food, and so I can get you guys like rainwater or like fluffy clouds. You can like ice clouds and things like that if you guys want like something to eat or drink.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Lord Mulus. That's very good manners. Perhaps maybe you could do that once we start talking with your parents.
As you say that,
Oh, you rolled and I knew it was coming.
you are able to hear. Sadly, I got a nat 1 for Mulus here, and you Cass, you were able to hear. So the rest of you were able to hear like insane breaths of wind, ancient primordial, and Cass, you are able to hear, Mulus, sweetie, out of your room, where are you? And you're able to hear a feminine voice, like just shattering through the halls, basically. And you're able to hear Mulus say back, I got this, and able to say, nothing. And then this womanly voice goes, that's not what I asked you. I'm coming. Okay. And then massive footsteps coming towards you guys.
I'm holding my hands up to like wave towards the door.
Okay, let me just quickly find
We come in peace. Take me to your leader.
What is happening, Cass? What is happening?
Oh, they might not be super thrilled that we're here. They might be kind of upset. They saw someone before, did not like him.
I think they're scared. I think they're scared.
Yeah, I would agree. This is Lord Mulus. He is.
They don't like the storks. Remember, the storks said that they couldn't stand them.
They do not like the storks. Not one bit.
Okay. As Sherry, anything to add?
I will just copy Cass and like put my hands up.
Take me to your leader. We come in peace.
These massive Mulus looks over to you guys and goes, oh, she's probably gonna throw you out. Do you want to hide?
It's probably for the best that we don't.
Oh.
We're here with honest intentions. It will be fine.
Okay. And as you say that, the door slams open. And you're able to see easily double the size of Mulus, this massive woman sky giant. Let me just get a quick description of what she looks like real quick, because I have my information all scattered around. Where is it? Yes.
This is a hot cloud.
You are able to see that this sky giant, instead of having, seems to be made of almost like just for the ease of description, like more bluish clouds, thinner, almost like more wispier, as it is like you're able to see this crown made of ice shards atop her head, along with like light blue hair flowing down in like elegant braids. You're able to see the cloak that she wears. She also is wearing a cloak behind her, but this one is made of, similar to the glass that you guys kind of went through, that kind of like overlapping shard formation. This one is like ice spikes leading down to the floor, trailing behind her.
I would like to cast Enhance ability on Cass.
Okay.
And give him advantage on charisma checks.
Ooh, thank you, Allatour.
And I will just quietly say, you've got this.
Thank you, Piggy Pie.
She immediately goes, Mulus stands up and turns, and then you guys are like dwarfed in a massive shadow as he kind of blocks you guys out, like again right by his like massive feet as he kind of stands up, as he looks and goes, oh, Mom. That's it.
That's
Shout
sweet.
in primordial. Hello. Hello out there.
You gotta give me a performance check because you are so small.
Advantage. With advantage.
Advantage, yeah.
23.
20. Oh my god, 23. So what they hear is like a. And you just hear this massive woman go. Just to make sure I got everything. It goes, Cumulus, you did not defy me. And Mulus, like a full name, and goes, Mulus goes, no, but like these are like they're fine, they're totally cool, and massive footsteps toward you, as with.
fly Cass up to meet her?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, absolutely, yeah. Cass, you want to go along with that?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if this is gonna work, or we're just gonna get swatted out of the air like a bug.
I'll catch you if you do.
Yeah,
Probably
sure.
be
You're just
okay.
getting ready. So what happens is, Hawthor, you pick up Cass and begin flying up towards this woman, and at the same time, again, like not seeing you because you guys are so small, this massive woman picks up Mulus like under the arms to like move him away from the floor, and so as you are flying Cass up, it becomes like an Air Force One fucking Godzilla like dodging the
Oh
kaiju.
fuck!
Hey, Kate!
Give me a quick acrobatics check to see how well you do.
Abort!
Oh, we're good. We're okay. It's okay. 23.
As you're flying up, it's like you see like Mulus's arms go wide as he's being picked up in like defiance, and it's like burp, 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 and you avoid this massive arm as you fly under his arm, over her arm, and then trailed like right in front of her face. Yeah.
No, well, it's gonna be a little bit farther away. You know, it's not
Definitely
gonna
in
be
her
right
vision.
here.
Yeah. As
Oh my god, could you imagine Cherie just watches this episode and was like, I got this, Cass, come with me.
death. I just need death.
Like, well, it's a party of one now.
Yup.
The Cherie against the world.
Because as you guys, so you get up there, and again, you are able to feel like Hawthor. You're able to. What's up? Yes.
Oh,
Oh shit. Oh wait.
I can.
Wait.
Can I cast calm emotions on her?
What? That is an insane thing to do. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Higgy's charm has reset since the previous day. Meaning that if you activate that, this would give her disadvantage on the roll. Okay. Excellent. What DC do I have to fail, essentially?
It's a 14.
A 14. Okay.
I don't know why it's so low.
I'm going to roll this with disadvantage. This woman, mother of a storm giant is a badass title to even say. She gets a +6 to this roll. All right. One of these rolls has to be an 8 or lower. All right. As you watch, as you cast this, you're able to feel her and suck an extreme amount of air into her lungs.
Uh-oh.
Okay. She exhales. Gently enough to not blow you across this room. Through her nostrils. Why are you in my home? And this thundering voice speaks to you as she got a 3 both times.
Ooh.
And we're going to take a very quick break
Thor.
before coming back.
Ah!
Are we all having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. And
I just blew 2-second level spells in like less than. Hey, it's what I'm built for. This is what
Yes,
I'm built
yes.
for, okay?
Not going to waste.
yeah. I'm just imagining
good.
looking like just like the Air Force fighting around this like what would be like a 7-year-old child.
It's
man.
so funny to Cherie be like,
Yeah. And also, someone came up that stalk, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Walter? Was it Winter Scott? It might have been.
I can't. Well, he had a cool looking hat, so I don't. I'm not,
Yeah, Winter Scott Key didn't have a cool hat when we met him.
Was it the Duke Leroy?
No, that's
No,
not
he's not
horrible,
here.
Crazy.
Not
I
like the
came back
people
just
we
to
know
fuck
with
with
cool
you.
hats.
But with that, we're gonna take a very quick break. We will be right back. Hope everybody's having a good time. See you soon. And we're back. Perfect. All right, we're back in it. So,
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
fee, fi, fo, from. You have reached my inner sanctum. All right.
Hey!
Mulus, his secret's been discovered. He fucking collected you guys. He wanted to make some little friends. And seemingly his mother's very unhappy about that. Allatour, clutch, calm emotions, Cass on the broom. We're just going to pick up right where we left off as this mother, and also because Darby asked during the break, a beautiful face, like very like thin, almost like elven features of it. Again, giant air genasi, but much more like you could say a cold expression due to like the sticking with the ice motif for her. As she looks and just waits for an answer to her question, why are you inside of my home?
You have my most sincere apologies for intruding on your home and speaking with your child before you. We were simply looking for help for contact up here. I am the Honorable Viscount Cassiano Alwyn Pavel. This is Sir Cherie and Hathor, my companions. And we have just come to see you about a little issue with the creation cloud that we were hoping you could aid us with.
Oh,
Ma'am.
you want help with the creation clouds?
Yes.
No.
Unfortunate that you say that.
And is it common
why?
for viscounts and honored knights to break into the castles of lords and ladies unannounced?
Oh, of course not. We.
Oh
I
shit!
will say,
I kneel. I kneel.
I will.
Also-
I'll be like, okay, I'll do that.
Oh, also, you
Oh wait, I'm
mentioned-
on a broom. I can't do that.
I'm down on the ground.
Yeah, you mentioned a sir. Is there a third of you and not just you two?
There's one more down there
Where?
on the ground.
Cherie, as you are kneeling, the sun is blotted out above you as a cold shadow overtakes you like the moon. As you're able to feel an icy cold breath strike across your, like, the back of your neck and the back of your head.
I like peek a glance. I don't move, but I just like look, peek an eye out, an eye up.
I can see that you're looking at me, so just look at me.
I lift my head.
You lift your head, just the biggest face you've ever seen, immediately above you. Beautiful, but huge, absolutely ginormous.
Apologies for the intrusion, my lady. Can she hear me?
Yes, we'll say. We'll say that Cass is translating where it's all fine. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But I'm down, like I'm 60 feet on the ground.
She like kneeled and got like as close as possible to you.
Oh, she's like right here.
Well, like 5 inches for her, like 50 feet for you. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I'm still shouting.
Yeah.
We were sent as emissaries for one Reginald Spoons in hopes of I know, relax.
Okay.
To assist there has been a disturbance in the veil between the material plane and that of yours and Sir Spoons, and we wish to help that as it has caused chaos of children on the material plane.
Reginald, she does not even ask for your permission. She just scoops you up into her hand, and then just raises you up to Hathor and Cass, essentially. And then just kind of, in honesty, just grabs you guys out of the air and just puts you in her hand. And now you are standing a deadly drop of height away from the ground now, as you're at
It's fine, I could save us.
at the mercy of this woman.
She's just like,
She looks and goes, Reginald Spoons is causing disturbances? Well, that's no surprise at all.
Well, not specifically Reginald Spoons. Whatever. There has been a disturbance in the world as of late, and it is causing disturbances to our world, and we wish to temporarily cease creation of children, as there has been a backlog, an influx of children for parents that are not ready for them.
Hold your tongue, sir. Children are being created.
Yes.
Yep. That's the problem.
Give me an insight check.
Everybody?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it! This
High
dice
five.
is going over there.
We got a 5.
You got a
Five!
you got a 5. What'd you get?
I don't want to play this game anymore.
I don't like this game.
You can give yourself guidance, my friend.
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Oh, buddy.
Immediately looks to all of you and goes, I think with insight that low, looks to all of you and goes, you must be lying to me. Because why would our children not be delivered to us then?
Oh, they're not like they're small babies. They're not babies for you. I don't know if we don't know the original intention of the creation clouds. All we know is its effect on the material plane, which is to provide couples, in theory, is to provide couples who wish to have children but may not be biologically predisposed to do it together, allows them a chance to have a baby.
Looks to you, Hawthor. Again, the eldritch horror of this cannot be overstated.
If you are seeking to have children, though, as a cleric of Aphrodite, perhaps this is a domain in which I could help. Of course, whatever you are, it is always a very private journey for children. But if this is something to do with love and family, I hopefully it would provide you some comfort to know that we are not just laymen off the street, but we are versed in these things. And, we do not come here to make demands. We come here to make peace and to converse.
You immediately said that you are a cleric of Aphrodite, and immediately you see this woman's head kind of cock as she goes, and to think I was going to insult you for having no title and also being within my walls without permission. Allow me to apologize, Hathor, you mentioned. You are a cleric
Yes.
of Aphrodite.
Yes.
Well, then perhaps you can help me unravel the tangled ball of yarn that is the mystery as to why Reginald Spoons has not delivered the next generation of sky giants. If creation of these children is occurring as you say it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is certainly something I can absolutely see and look into. Do you wish to have children?
We have, she then stops herself and she purses her lips and she says to you, Mulus is in the corner, just kind of just kind of don't squish him, please.
He's just
yeah, it's you guys that want to hit it. He's fucking being puppeteered around. As this lady, this duchess, basically looks to you and goes, perhaps a conversation better had with my husband and I as well. And without asking, just turns and basically just dragging Mulus behind her as she begins and begins walking through these huge castle halls.
Holding on tight.
Yep.
Can I... Ooh. Can I make a religion check or an insight check on her in terms of love and Aphrodite,
Yes.
trying to sense what it is she desires most?
Yes, you may. Go ahead and give me that insight. As you're rolling that, she basically walks you down the stairs and then back into the Great Hall, where there is a small table set up that she goes and is going to place you guys down on. Yes, Hawthor.
Okay. That was good. 22.
22.
Let's go.
This woman is perturbed, and she's perturbed because she's confused. This is an insight as to the thing about Aphrodite, specifically. In terms of that, you get the sense that Reginald and his people are servants of Aphrodite, like, directly. Like, you guys basically work for the same operation.
Hey, yo, my boss is your boss.
You don't get the sense that these sky giants are directly related to Aphrodite in any way. But you do understand that they have been working in conjunction with Reginald and his stork operation to have this, like, Fey child creation service, basically. And so although these people do not have direct power with Aphrodite, you get the sense that the operation could not exist without them. At least not exist in the most appropriate way.
I'm getting the sense they're the ones who make the machines that the Aphrodite magic can be.
Yes, that is a
The
very...
will
yes.
of Aphrodite can be channeled through.
They are the one... Yes, so if think about it like this, if the storks are a delivery service, then these guys are like the guys that make the tools. They like make the trucks, basically, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Okay, as you guys are placed on this like small little kitchen table, all of you get a full view of the fully barricaded door, and you're able to hear this woman go, let me just make sure I get all of the names right. Nimbus, you are needed in the Great Hall! And call out, and you're able to hear...
Apologies, what is your name, if we may ask?
You may call me Lady Cirrus.
How do you spell that?
Cirrus? Or is it Kirus? I think it's Cirrus.
I think Cirrus. I think so.
It sounds better as Sirius.
As this lumbering comes over, and you're able to see this again masculine sky giant, even taller than Lady Cirrus is, only by a bit. If Lady Cirrus is like 110 feet tall, this guy's like 120 feet tall, and
nice tall woman.
And you're able to notice his cloak, big bushy beard, no hair on top, but you're able to see that his beard and his cloak are both made of electrical storm clouds.
Ooh.
As he walks over and goes, "My lady, what of the urges?" And just stares at you guys immediately. As
Hello.
Greetings.
they're saying greetings
She's
to
just
you.
like face smashed into the ground.
May you all, as she presents, presents him to you guys and goes, "May you be delighted to be in the presence of Lord Cumulonimbus."
I curtsy.
I do a little bow.
Immediately,
Sharice just
everybody, you're giving an insight check.
I'm on one knee.
10.
What's his roll?
22.
Insight.
9.
9. Immediately, Hathor, the fear that you got from her, like keeping up these social pleasantries, you get as this guy is just staring daggers at you, just staring lightning bolts towards you. You get the sense of like where she is hiding it right now, that is his primary emotion looking at you guys.
Oh, so he's terrified looking at us, or he's angry?
You watch as the lightning, it is fear that is turning into anger.
Hello, my name is Lady Hathor. I am a cleric of Aphrodite, and we have come to discuss with you problems with the creation clouds.
He immediately approaches, and he like grips either side of the table as his wife kind of like raises her hand to kind of like temper him from just smashing you guys into oblivion. As he goes, an issue with the creation clouds. We're fully aware, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you unaware of the issue?
Yes. Because, well, it might be a different issue on your end versus our end. We are playing catch up with the information that we have. So beg pardon us if we are slow to understand things that may be obvious to you. I will try to be as brief and as curt as possible. On our end, on the material plane, we have an influx of babies. Too many babies for two little parents.
He immediately looks over to Siru, or to Sierra. I can't fuck. It's a U at the end of the name, so it's
Cirrus.
Cirrus. Yeah, nicknames: Nimbus, Zero, Mulus, all that kind of stuff. Looks over to Lady Cirrus, and is immediately like, and it almost looks like his brow furrows for a different reason as he goes like, children are being made. Then why not ours delivered? Lady Cirrus goes, that is what I am hoping to learn from these emissaries of Reginald Spoons.
Oh, co-workers, more so. Reluctant co-workers. But if you would allow me to figure this out, I will do everything within my power to give you what you most desire.
She looks at him, and he looks at her, and they're quick kind of like, you want to talk or am I going to talk? And he goes, I'll talk. And he goes, thank you for making that obvious to me, Hathor. Now, if I can make obvious our issues, he looks to he looks over to Mulus and makes sure that Mulus is kind of like out, like around the corner. Make a quick stealth check for Mulus. He passes, doesn't see him. He's kind of like peeking around a corner, kind of looking on the conversation as he goes. My children are the last of their line. I fear our kind will be extinct after we all return to the wind and the clouds in the sky. Our arrangement was for Reginald and his operation in return for the creation clouds to produce us heirs, as is needed as the world has shifted and been shaped so that we can no longer produce children naturally. Rather, our love through the creation clouds is how we make our own. And in turn for allowing them to operate them, we receive family. And for 800 years we have not received family.
I have perhaps an answer to that.
Enlighten me.
The past 800 years, the connection with the material plane and the Feywild has been interrupted, severed. Reginald Spoons has experienced it as a blink of time. You are experiencing it as people on the material plane would, as 8 centuries. What I think perhaps has happened is that the queue has gotten quite long. And mayhaps our solution is to have you jump ahead in priority.
Everybody here give me an investigation check.
A fiend undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
11. Good.
Stop rolling this fucking die.
What'd you say? Investigation?
Yes.
17.
17? What'd you get? 7. Sherry, you hear Hathor's proposed solution, and That's a possibility. The idea of the queue being so long that it's just like backed up, essentially. But Sherry, as you're kind of just like, you know, a silent observer, you're putting it together, and you realize that Fae children are being created. So if the queue was backed up and they had a kid in the mix, it would have been one of the first to be popped out and delivered. This has been going on for weeks and weeks, hundreds of babies made, and no sky giant child has been delivered. Which means there must
Put
be
them all together.
Which must mean that there is a start mashing them in there. Which means
No way, you'll have your baby soon.
Which means there must be a separate issue outside of just the queue being too long. As he kind of responds to that and says, and when the storks tried to maintain their operation here when they awoken, as you say, well, they have no place for us here now. How are we to know they are not simply lying to us? That they have not been corrupted by some outside influence, or maybe they perhaps want to take our lands for themselves. So we closed our gates to them. And unless a child is delivered, we simply shall not help them. Yeah, Shrimply, I know. Fuck me.
I'm still kneeling with my head in my arm, but in the other arm, I raise my hand.
Stand, knight. Speak.
Immediately just...
Reach like a robot.
Yeah. We have seen the operation that Mr. Spoons operates, and I know if you will not trust his word and his people, perhaps you can trust the word of other witnesses who can guarantee that it is not a matter of withholding anything. They are simply trying to make up for the centuries they've lost. It is utter chaos.
Everybody give me another investigation check as you say that, Sherry.
For a friend under it?
Yes, actually, yes.
Okay.
You guys are like flirting. What, 10?
10.
Got it.
12.
12.
I'm working my way up.
Sorry, investigation?
Yes.
18.
18?
Yes.
Honestly,
Honestly, we're such a well-balanced team. Go.
go you guys for party conversation. You guys are fucking. Sherry's owning this this section of the conversation.
Yes.
Sherry, how does the and because I'll see if I can lead you guys to the conclusion here without just telling you outright. How did Reginald? How did the system operate before everything changed?
Oh.
Love.
Love goes in, baby come out.
Love goes in, baby comes out.
Oh, it's something wrong with their marriage. That's what's the problem here.
We're gonna help them rekindle their love.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
I'm gonna make these two cloud giants love each other.
And that kind of like, as Sherry, I'll just say it because like Sherry, as you kind of think that, you just kind of give like a look over to Cass and Hawthor, and you guys are, and then they both being like far more interested in like the drama, social connections of this world, both go like, huh? Whoa.
Oh.
As again, this towering giant and his giant lady wife looks down to you guys.
Permission to speak freely, Lord Cumulonimbus.
I haven't had my formal title said in so long. It just sounds better with just Nimbus, honestly.
Then, Lord Nimbus, permission to speak freely.
Give me a persuasion check.
Guidance.
Can I?
Guidance and yeah.
I was gonna say, can I give her the help action?
Yes,
just
you
by
may.
smiling real big.
Yep.
Why are you smiling?
Guidance?
Yep.
Persuasion?
Yep.
She's so persuasive.
12?
I'll make a roll. Yeah, you need a Drew roll. Yes, he goes. He looks to make sure his kids aren't in the room and goes, "Fuck it, why not? Yeah, sure."
Hathor gives like a fist bump into the air, like, yes!
The way Mr. Spoons explained his process to us before they were awoken was that love went into the creation cloud, and that created a child. Now things have changed. Things have changed in the last 800 years in terms of what that means, but you gave me permission. You gave me permission to speak freely,
That I did.
and now and speak freely. No, I will not. No more.
Would anyone else want to comment on the state of my marriage?
It's kind of my whole job.
Oh, yes.
Yes, please.
She like leans over to her and leans over to him and goes, "Aphrodite cleric, yeah, just want to let you know, yeah." And then he goes, "Oh, okay," and goes, "Sure, out with it. Why not?"
I hop on my broom and I float up between the two of them and I go, well, besides providing for the next generation, what do you believe a marriage should be about? Is it a partnership? Is it a shared power among equals? Is it an expression of love?
They look between each other. And you also gotta understand that these are fucking ancient sky beings who are probably hundreds and hundreds of years old. And they look to each other and they go, he kind of stutters first and kind of has difficulty answering. And Lady Cirrus kind of steps up and just says, "It is about an ease of providing for those that come next."
And what about your needs? Both of your needs in this dynamic, because it is clear to me that you two take care of each other already. And you care a great deal for each other. That enough is present for me. So I do not think it is impossible for you to get the next generation you so wish. But my god, damn it, I'm blurry.
Yeah, you're all good.
My goddess she requires something more than just duty or she is not a big fan of just pragmatism on its own. Okay, there we go. She and I believe that emotion should be intrinsically tied to a life bond. Have you ever tried? Have you ever interacted with each other? Yes, the great need to make a next generation, but you also have time for it, too. So, in the meantime, between 800 years ago and now, what have you learned about each other? I am talking out of my ass.
I basically
doing
asked
so
you.
good.
I put you in a situation where I need you to improv up a doctorate of marriage psychology. Which
This is what your pilgrimage is all about.
I am sweating.
They look to each other, and Hathor, I'm just gonna shoot you straight. You start to identify the root of the problem, where like they say to each other, so it's not just like a one-sided kind of thing. He says, I've learned that she enjoys maintaining the bastions, and then she says about him, she goes, and I have learned that he is excellent at metalworking in creating bars for the windows and doors. And they look to each other and don't see a problem with saying that.
That is an excellent first step. To be part of a family, you cannot only think of what comes next. You must also think of what is here and now.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Guidance yourself. Guide yourself.
Is this persuasion?
Yeah. Yeah.
28.
The difference between I don't want to play anymore and literal gorilla noises could not be more evident. As these,
when I roll bad.
Lady Cirrus looks to you and goes. She blinks and it's like, wow, what a... It's kind of like when that experience that some people have when like they first go to therapy and like some people are like, I don't want to do this, and then other people are like immediate 10 minutes in, just full breakdown, just full like letting it all out.
And when your therapist be like, bitch, you live like this?
As she looks to you and goes,
It's so real.
because Lady Sears looks and goes, we investigated the operation was gone, and we thought that was strange, but we imagined that our agreement was still in place, and so we waited several years for their return, and we tried for another child, and it didn't work. And then he steps up and says, and then several years passed again and we tried, and several years passed and we tried, and you then are getting the sense that they were not trying out of love, but out of worry that it wasn't going to happen, which is not the same as love.
I think for the family you want, love is a key ingredient. And believe me, I have met so many families who have, in maybe not the same mechanical way, not the same order of operations as you, but have desperately wanted a child, and not even just a child, but a family. And for whatever reason, either they're unable to have them, or it's just not the right time. It eats at you. And that is valid. It is valid to be worried about not having a child. It is perfectly normal to get frustrated and angry, and I would like to really stress the point that it is not your fault.
They will just fully pull up giant chairs and just sit down with you. Again, a mountain on this side, a mountain on this side, and then you're just this little ant right between them.
Crossing my legs, putting my glasses on. So Nimbus, how does that make you feel?
Fucking, yeah, and like, I'll just say, just like, in the interest of time,
yeah,
you are able, because you just went on a fucking 10-minute perfect speech to these people about how it is, like the issues of what's going on. I won't even make you roll and just say, like, you guys are able to watch as, like, Sherry and Cass, several hours go by of Hathor just getting comfortable and just speaking to these giants about their marriage and about, like, advising them on, like, how to not, like, bring the spark back, but kind of, like, reallocate their priorities. Is that gonna make sense?
Learn what their love languages are and find enough safety between the two of you to experiment and to enjoy that experimentation.
As
Meanwhile, Hathor just like takes out like a little swill of alcohol. Okay.
Lord Nimbus kind of like reaches out and puts a hand on Lady Sirius's arm, and she just takes his hand and puts both of her hands on it and just puts it like on her knee and just kind of holds him as close as respectfully possible for a lord and a lady to a commoner Aphrodite cleric. So
hey, that's more than like should like. I think
true.
that grants me a little bit more leeway.
That is true, and you guys are able to really just kind of hammer home the idea that they speak to you at great length about how within their culture the idea of having new heirs to this castle is to remember those that came before, just as how the wind and the sky never fully disappears but is simply shifted and morphed into new breezes and new clouds. So too has their family operated, and you're able to recognize that a key issue was when the stork operation disappeared, their main fear was that all those that came before would be forgotten. And so once they kept trying and kept failing, they eventually just stopped and tried to preserve what they had to avoid the loss of the last in their mind. And this is a several-hour process that we're just kind of speed running through right now.
And I think Hathor, just to, for speed, but Hathor really stresses the point of like, while you learn this, you need to teach those who will come after you, because they will. Because I know you can do this, you need to teach them these skills as well. And that is how you will continue your line.
You just see ice shards begin to form in the corner of Lady Sirius's eyes, and almost like eyeshadow, storm clouds form under Lord Nimbus as they both begin to like kind of swell up a little bit. As they both look, as Lady Sirius looks to you and goes, "So you mean to tell us that not only... Okay. We must stop being fearful, is that correct? That's the first step?"
Fear is the enemy of love. But courage is not the absence of fear. It is the choice in spite of it.
It's the choice, and you're able to hear kind of like a Lord Sirius and Lord... It's the choice in spite of it. Like they really kind of like hammer that home in their heads.
I think halfway through Hathor was like, you can take notes if you want to. That's totally valid.
Lord Sirius goes, "Mulus, you're writing all of this down, I imagine?" And he's in the back like, yeah. He's just fucking taking so many notes.
Oh. Should he be part of this conversation at this point, or...
Lady Sirius looks back and goes, "Under no circumstance, but he's been going for this long, so..."
Very well.
It's like when you sneak out of your bedroom at night and watch a show with your family, and at a certain point they're just like, "Just come and sit down," you know? And you're like, "Yes!"
They all look to you and go, and you realize that also these people have not like journeyed out of their castle in the last probably roughly 750 years. They have just been barricaded up in here trying to protect themselves, and so you're asking them to take a very, very big step out of their established comfort zone as they breathe very deeply and go, Lady Sirius looks to you and goes, she looks down to Cass and goes, "The Honorable Viscount Cassiano Alwyn Pavel, allow me to express my sincerest apologies for the unfair treatment that befell you in my state of fear and anxiety.
I accept your apology. It is in the past, and it is very kind of you to do so.
Thank you, and may the clouds give you the shade of good favor.
May your cattle be plentiful and healthy.
Nat 20. She just goes, I know what cows are. Yes.
Do they have books here?
Yeah.
Fake cows.
They got books in the cloud.
They
Would
got
you-
sky clouds.
Do you want to see a storybook the size of a house? I can just show you big things if you want. This is a cup. It's the size
That's
of a
huge.
house.
Wow.
She flips it over. Could be a house for you if you wanted to come back. Oh, and you're also invited to return to the castle at any point, as we deeply appreciate the efforts to resolve our issue that not even we knew we had.
Thank you, Lord and Lady. That is too kind.
Lord
Trying
Nimbus.
to find a
Yep, what's
good
up?
time to ask about that beanstalk.
Lord Nimbus quickly looks and goes, then, for the first time in several weeks, let us choose courage and step out of our front door onto our front lawn.
That is a very big step.
Oh, okay. And they...
Can I give him guidance? Can I give him guidance?
Oh, yeah, that's just fucking... little tiny magic.
Well, I say if you'll allow me, and I'll put my hand on like his fingernail, and I'll give him guidance that way.
He goes, I choose to be courageous. I choose to be courageous. And he stands up from the table, with Lady Cirrus joining him. As
You do not have to do it alone either.
oh, I fully expect her to come with me. Yes.
Oh yeah.
And just goes, but they do look back to their kids. They go, Euless, stay inside. And I mean that that's like a hard stay inside, not like a sassy conversation if you come outside kind of thing. You stay inside. Euless goes, okay. And he immediately back up to his room.
Just starts levitating.
Deposes, runs. Lady Cirrus and Lord Nimbus begin clearing the rubble away from their front gates. And together, hand in hand, they go... as the huge doors open for the first time in several weeks. That fucking hurt your real ears.
I also just like, why am I so pink all
Yeah,
of a
you
sudden?
became very pink.
Kramer, what's going on in there?
Oh, the pink.
Oh, the pink.
There we go.
You're able to see with shaky knees they begin stepping down the steps towards the main basically just like towards the center walkway, and they begin looking around and very happily see that like no other tiny people have come up from the beanstalk. Mulus immediately grabs all of you guys and just rushes out the door behind them, just fully ignoring his parents' advice.
Ooh.
Goes,
You're gonna have to learn about boundaries one day.
I haven't been outside in a couple weeks. It's fine. It's fine.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Then you should smile.
And he
And then I like gesture for the parents to look at their child's expression of joy on his face.
they look back and they go like you see Lord Sears go, Okay, fine. She just fully cuts herself off. Mules immediately rushes over to the beanstalk, just immediately rushes over there, and goes, "Whoa, he set up like a little thing here," and puts you guys down right next to the beanstalk. And you guys are able to see a small little like tent and a small little fire of like burnt out logs, like someone clearly like camped outside after that like whole occurrence happened with Lady Cirrus and Lord Nimbus and Mulus.
Can I make an investigation check?
You can absolutely make an investigation check, yeah. And goes like,
I like how you're calling it little when it's fully our size.
oh yeah, it's fully your size, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I need to pick a size because I can either describe things from their perspective or your perspective.
Fae Fiend Undead?
Actually, no.
Okay. Ooh. 22.
With a 22, what did everybody else get?
Oh,
Everybody else rolling or not have to?
17.
17?
18.
18. 17, 18, 22. I'll go in ascending order. Cass, you look around. It's been probably it's been about, like, maybe you've been snacking on rations and things like that. You're able to see a full knapsack inside of the tent, full of dried provisions like fruits and nuts and salted beef and things like that. Yeah, and give me another investigation check on that backpack real quick. Yep, there it goes.
It went outside the box.
Don't count.
3.
3. All of it's edible, and that's not me making a joke. It is legitimately all edible. I just can't give you more information than that.
That's all good.
Hathor, you're able to notice that that basically the embers in the logs have long since burnt out. Someone was here a long time ago, but with the bedroll and the post and everything being protected, and the tent being like protecting these belongings, you get the sense that someone was intending to come back here. And Cherie, inside of this tent, as Mulus is like, "It's so small, it's so little, it's so cool. You guys finding anything?" As Cherie, you kind of like disappear inside of the tent. You're able to see on the like laid out bedroll, you're able to see a logbook, like some kind of journal, resting on the bed.
I pick it up and I flip through it.
You pick it up, you flip through it. Do you go to the... Okay, well, there is a... Sorry, it's open to a page already with big writing on the page. But there are like different journal entries in this book if you want to flip through it.
I'll read the one that it's open to. Is it open to the latest entry?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll read that and then I'll flip through.
Perfect. I'm sending something over to the world background category right now. Would you mind reading this out loud to me? Let's make sure everything here is accurate. There we go. I'm going to quickly, give me 1 second here. Boop. And boop. I'm going to now I'm now going to change the music.
Oh. Who's reading this?
You read it out loud for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god!
Been camped out here for a few days. They really battened down the hatches. Curtains shut and doors locked. I think I even heard them barricading the front door. Going to return after a few weeks to see if they settled down. Leaving the logbook here in case any of the berserkers decide to climb up after hours. Speaking of which, if you can read, be careful of the big cloud people. 4 of them. Scared and very powerful. Do not act hostile.
Is it a certain Earth genasi archaeologist?
You want to keep reading the logs?
Yeah, I'll go to the entry before.
You go to the entry right before.
Yeah.
Got it, no problem.
You have a whole thing of entries?
Well, you gotta understand one thing. Douglas Onyx Allatour has been incredibly busy since the events of, say, the Telvin Rock battle. Go ahead and read that out.
Shit!
Go ahead and read that out loud for me, whoever wants. Actually, let's do full round. Darby, why don't you read that out loud?
Oh.
This is the third entry of 4.
Kid noticed me first, came right up to me, bouncing like a jackrabbit. I gave him a fine Naskin hello, hat in hand, and the kid looked excited. Kid yelled back in some breathy language like wind at the top of a mountain. Ancient primordial? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And his parents damn near blew a gasket. Female stopped lounging and grabbed the teen and dragged him inside. Male rushed over to me and hit me with the wind so strong, damn near knocked me back down the vine. He grabbed the kid, rushed inside, and shut the door behind them, and the man in the black had come to town. Do I really smell that bad? Guess I need to work on my people skills.
Oh my god!
Everybody here give me a quick history check to see if you can piece together where exactly this goes.
11.
Oh fuck.
Fey Fiend Undead?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, no, under no circumstance. What the fuck did I just say that? I'm just inclined to say yes.
Whoa, no, you
This
said
is
yes,
just
so...
world history.
10.
Who here got above... Okay, 10. Who here got above a 10?
I got exactly a 10.
Everybody got it? Did everybody get above a 10?
No.
Barely.
I got a 3.
Got it. Then Cass and Cherie, you guys heard of a very weird event that happened in the Naskin Desert many, many months ago, going on a year? Where the Naskin Desert was thought to be an impenetrable desert that separated Orcish country from Elven country, because it was just such a large stretch of sand with such shifting sand dunes that no one expected. There was not a way to safely navigate, because there was no way of knowing your position. Randomly, about a year ago, a giant beanstalk shot up from the ground and penetrated through this like earthen crust and just shot into the sky, and that now acts as basically a northern star that can be seen from anywhere on the desert. So if you know your position to the vine, you can know your position as to where you are within the Naskin Desert, making it being able to be crossed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
And clearly there's some kind of archaeological team or just like an exploration team trying to find out where the fuck that vine goes, and you guys just found out it goes here. But it also means that there is some kind of time dilation between what happens on the material plane and what happens here, because that happened about a year ago, and that just happened a couple weeks ago. So there's some kind of like issue with time.
Are we gonna go back and it's going to have been like weeks?
You motherfucker!
Uh-oh! SpaghettiOs! Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Whoa!
How is making babies gonna tie into the main plot? Oh, Drew, there's no way. Okay, I got you.
We got.
That also means that if you climb down this thing, you're gonna end up in another country. You guys would also know that.
Oh, yeah, we probably...
Let's do it! Let's
Jesus.
We would have to find our way back. And
No, we just live in Horcrux and see what's up in there!
And Winter Scott Key takes over the world?
Yeah! I got proof, I want to check it out!
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, I said that as a passing joke of like, I wonder if that's the beanstalk that Delmeyer, like, my god.
Oh man.
For context, off stream,
this is a reference to another,
Drew and Kate were in called The Four Winds. It was an old D&D campaign, and one of the players threw these magic beans on the in the ground of this underground temple, and a giant beanstalk burst out and up into the sky. And it was always a running joke of like, hey, I wonder where that beanstalk leads to.
And then this is 1 and 2 if you guys want to read that real quick. Moss, why don't you read this one?
That was a hell of a climb. Cleva keeps telling me to slow down in my old age, and I am thinking she might be onto something. My shoulders feel like 2 balls of hot iron, but I made it. Weirdly enough, rough as it was, didn't take nearly as long as I expected. Almost like the damn thing looks a lot longer than it is. I have to run by Oleander, see if he can find a doodad or something to get it sorted. Anyways, I camped out on a lower leaf before exploring the stone slab above us. We'll get to that in the morning. I shit the bed on this one royally. Thought my classic napkin charm was a bit more intoxicating. I climbed up and saw this massive castle. Let me tell you, I felt like a grain of sand on a marble floor. And there were these genasi, I think, big as building and twice as sturdy, all made of clouds and such. One male, one female, one teen, one child. I popped up and gave him a classic.
Oh god, wait. There's like one more line. There we go. Here it is. There you go.
How do you do? And that's when it all went downhill. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I just got to see him for like a second, but he was wearing like a really cool hat, and I didn't know what he was saying, but yeah.
And
Interesting.
And with that, as Lady Cirrus and Lord Nimbus begin to lower the drawbridge back to basically this small kingdom that they have domain over, they open it up to the storks once again as these massive chains, as it begins to be lowered. You guys recognize a couple of things. Number one, other people can get up here. There's an access portal to another country. Probably not going to be relevant to the story, but who knows? You'll find a way to fuck me with it eventually. Number two, these giants, one of which you have not met yet, but all of them relatively friendly to you guys now, as an issue with their marriage was all that had to be solved. Well, that and an exceptional amount of patience due to the blink that Reginald Spoons experienced. And I think Darby, or I think somebody who hit the nail on the head, because clearly time works differently up here than it does back in the material plane.
Fuck.
And for the
We're
one
gonna
day
come
that
back
you,
and Tony's gonna have like 18 babies.
is covered in infants, and for the you guys have only been up here for one day, and Lord knows how much time has passed down there. But that is a question for the next session, for that is going to end tonight's session. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all having a good time. Yes, and yes.
Oh my god.
And I got to use the Western audio. I'm super happy about that.
It's so good.
Yes. Douglas Onyx Alistar has been up to things. That also means the excavation.
Busy man.
That also means the excavation of Mirkatat's underway.
Nice.
Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, boom, boom. Indeed, and I'm super excited. So, for next session, the game plan. Also, let me just quickly boop and boop. Next session, the game plan is to have you guys get everything sorted with the Cloud Giants very fast. Get everything sorted with Reginald Spoons. Head down to the Fertile Coast.
And
then
meet
head on,
Cass's family.
and then head on over to wherever you want. But I will say that there is certainly a reward coming over to Hathor, just as a way of celebrating the newfound spark found within the marriage between the Lord and the Lady of the Clouds. But also some just gameplay rewards to patch up some holes that desperately need to, I guess, just be mortared over. But we're going to be seeing all about that next time. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that was very fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
That was very fun.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I thought it was killing this whole pilgrimage thing.
You did so good. You did so good.
So good.
I thank you both for reminding me to do guidance, because I rolled a 4 on that D4.
That's what it's there for.
So I added a plus 10 to an 18.
What is for?
Nice.
Yeah. And if you guys want to go fuck around with the Cowboys, I will fully allow that for like an hour or so.
An hour?
And just be like, well, who are you guys? And you came down? Why you dressed like Frenchmen? Sorry.
Oh, really?
Hathor, like, white knuckling, like, whatever chair she's sitting in, is like, we only have an hour. We only have an hour. I don't have time. There's not enough time. I will come back to this wonderful, magical land. I will return.
I will return.
But yes.
Return of the King.
Turn of the king.
Anything else that wants to be said before we hop off?
I have a bit of a theory.
Okay. Want to
I want to hear it.
So you said it had been 800 years since, like, whatever Veil Winterscott Key activated was reactivated,
Yes.
right? Is this campaign on the same timeline as of Frost and Faith?
Under no circumstance. Probably not.
Okay.
Moss and I can chat about that, because that's a really cool connection. I'd love to. I did not do any preparation as of right now, but I
will say the time dilation between different planes of existence, I think, is canon throughout the world.
That's true. Anyway, what I wrote down was, because if my memory is right, it was 800 years that Koros was kept in his father's lab, right? So theory's a theory, but possibly Winterscott Key's interference awoke the Cathedral of Lythan Enoch, or something Fae awoke that caused the attack on the Cathedral. Yeah, I don't know, but that's just a theory.
That's cool.
A game
theory. Moss and I will certainly chat about that outside. I would, if that lines up, I'd certainly love to make that connection. I'll be honest, right now, I do not. That was not. I'm not J.K. Rowling. I'm not going to be like, actually, it was always no. Under no, like, no. I did not think about that at all. There's just my own timeline, but I'd love to.
It was in a wheelchair.
God, it's so funny because one of the villains is in a wheelchair, and so it's. I don't know why that just fucking made me laugh.
I didn't not say that Hermione wasn't a dolphin.
There's scenes where she's running.
Winterscott Keys in a wheelchair.
I chased him.
Well, now he is. Yeah.
Now he is. He don't got a foot.
Oh,
you can have a cane when we get back. But yeah, you said 800 years, and I was like, wait, 800 years. That's another gap of time from another thing. Wait.
But yeah, we'll chat about that when we work.
Amazing.
But yes,
If when we find Winterscott Key, he has a gun foot, I simply don't know
what the fuck is a gun foot?
It is exactly what it sounds like.
Remember from Star Trek Odyssey when he had gun boots? It's like that. He can only shoot down.
Otto Wainberg wants to know your location.
Oh, goodness.
Right, because isn't his peg leg an axe?
It is. It's an axe peg leg. Yes.
Oh my god, their fight would be legendary.
Oh my god.
Our fight will be leg.
You know,
our battle will be leg.
I love how it never even crossed your mind of like, what if he just gets a wooden prosthetic? Like, what?
Or what if he just doesn't get a prosthetic at all? What if he just uses a cane?
Who knows? Oh, but we will find out next time next time. Join us on the journey to the Pavel. I think the Pavel Castle. I believe is that where we're going.
I would like to.
Okay, then join us on the journey to the Pavel Castle, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us.
Daddy issues, here we come.
Here we come. Return of the King.
Yes,
listen, I don't think one session of family therapy is gonna fix this pickle.
But we will see.
We will see.
All right, everybody, have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Peace out.
Thank you for coming to the table.
Thank you for coming to the table.
Thank you for coming to.